Chattanooga Tower, 446 Romeo, holding short runway 2 on Alpha, ready for departure.
Connect 66 Romeo, left to right, close traffic approved, runway 2, clear for takeoff.
We're going to do left traffic, runway 2 cleared for takeoff, 446 Romeo.
Alright, clear left, clear right. Gonna take the runway. Got a nice little sunset flight going on today, which I'm stoked about. Alright, let's get on center line. And let's go. Full power, heels to the floor, airspeed alive. Gauges are in the green, looking for 55 knots. Little right rudder in there, and rotate. All right. What's going on, guys? Tristan here. We're back with another video. I know it's been a couple weeks, but I'm back. The way my pockets are set up, I can only rent a plane like maybe 3 or 4 times a month. So as much as I would love to fly more often and give you videos weekly, we can't do that because we don't got a lot of money. Well, we have money, but not enough to do what I want to do. Anyway, today I am just doing some pattern work just to stay current and proficient. So yeah, we're just doing a couple laps around the airport. I actually have a friend coming into town next week and he wants to go up with me, so I would feel much more comfortable having him up here with me if I was proficient and current. So let me go ahead and change that. So yeah, just doing that today. I want to talk to you guys about having to switch flight schools and instructors. This is something that I've dealt with personally, and maybe you're going to have to deal with it or are dealing with it right now. Long story short, I moved from California to Chattanooga about a year ago. And the thing is, I left for Tennessee a week after my check ride, and I actually failed my check ride. And I'm not going to get too much into it. You guys can watch that video up here, but I failed my check ride a week before I moved to California, which means obviously I had to do another check ride, which means I had to find another instructor and find another school once I got to Chattanooga, and that's exactly what I did. So I will say, before I go any further, I want to give a shout out to Brandon.
Romeo, extend downwind, traffic to follow 5 model file. It's a regional jet.
All right, extend downwind. Going to look for the traffic, 446 Romeo. I want to give a shout out to Brandon, my instructor out in California. He was phenomenal for the 6 or 7 months that we trained. We trained every weekend. He got me check ride ready. My check ride came, again I failed. It was through no fault of his own because he did a great job. I just kind of failed on a technicality, but we're not going to get into that. Again, you can watch that video if you want to know more details. All right, I have that traffic right there. I have the traffic inside, 446 Romeo.
446 Romeo, follow the traffic, caution wait turbulence, runway 2, cleared option.
Follow the traffic, caution wait turbulence, runway 2 clear for the option, 446 Romeo. Yeah, I got to Chattanooga in November of 23 and found the flight school. I went to one flight school, but no one was there, even though it said it was open. I knocked on the door and rang the doorbell a couple times. No one ever answered. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to my second option. My second option was Crystal Air at the same airport, KCHA. And at first, no one was there. And it was a gate entry. I didn't know how to get into the gate. And I waited for a while. And then someone finally came to the gate, so I just tailed him in, but he stopped because, of course, it's kind of sketch if someone's tailing you at a gate. And I roll my window down. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for Crystal Air. He's like, oh, just follow me. And it was a fellow instructor, so he got me all set up, signed the paperwork and everything. But I let him know it might be a couple of months before I can train again, just because I was waiting on the sale of our house so I could get more money to finish my training. And so between November of 23 and March of, I think I might be good. In March of, I'm gonna extend it a little bit more, of 24, I didn't fly once. But what I did do was, go ahead and turn base. what I did do is I had a flight simulator on my laptop. I used X-Plane, and of course it's not the same thing as flying a real plane, but all right, go ahead and turn my final. I had to use something, right? So that's exactly what I did. I used X-Plane and kept my skills up as best as I could, did all my maneuvers like power on, power off stalls, turns around a point, short field, soft field, takeoffs and landings, the best I could on the simulator. But also I had to keep the knowledge portion of my skills up.
River 5512 right on Delta. Next Park Bay Bravo, on ground flight 7 today.
As you guys know,
Delta to the NMI bound.
when it comes to aviating, it's like drinking water out of a fire hydrant. There's a lot of information that you have to know and retain, especially going into your check ride. So every day for 5 months, I made it a point. During my lunch at work, I would study for an hour, and then once I got home, I would study for an hour. I'd turn all the screens off, put some music on, and just studied as much as I could. My instructor Brandon out in California had a lot of good check ride prep questions for me. Let's go flaps 20 below 85. And so I ran through that a couple times. For again, every day for 5 months except for weekends, because I would lose my mind if I did that every single weekend. I mean, every single day for 5 months. And so I finally started flying again in March of 2024 with instructor by the name of Jackson. And Jackson's only 19, but I will tell you something, that man knows his stuff. He can fly the hell of an airplane, and he's super, super smart. So shout out to Jackson, who I think he just crossed over 1,000 hours. He wants to fly for the airlines one day, and he's on such a good track. But yeah, I trained with him and did ground school for 3 months. So from March to June, I flew every weekend and did all the maneuvers that I stated earlier. I'm sure I'm forgetting some. I believe like no flaps, slip lands, things like that. All right, let's go flaps 30. We're on final. And essentially he got me ready for my check ride. We did several ground schools where it was just a mock oral exam. And so when I finally did my check ride, I passed the oral exam the second time through, technically my first time here. We'll just, throw that in there. But by the time I was done with my oral, it was too dark and windy to fly, so I had to reschedule the actual ride itself for June 19th. So I waited a couple weeks, and in between that time, I continued to fly as much as I could. And then June 19th came, and I passed my check ride and got my private pilot license. And that was probably one of the best days of this year. Comes second to the birth of my son. But yeah, it was trials and tribulations, man. Went from failing it the first time to wanting to give up to moving states after I lost a job, but I had to stay with it. Let's go ahead and nail this landing real quick. Made the runway, 65 over the threshold. Looking good. Nose up a little bit. Let's go ahead and put her on the ground. Ooh, look at that. Flaps up, full throttle. 55 knots, rotate. But I'm sure people have had some more traumatizing experiences, but this is my personal experience, and it took a lot to get there, but I'm just glad I didn't go up. So I guess to wrap this video, when it comes to changing flight schools, it's not as hard and stressful as you think. Just whenever you get to where you're going, whether you be moving or you're not happy with a flight school and you want to switch, just make sure that your instructor knows his stuff. Check their prices, make sure those prices are in your range. Make sure they have the same avionics. If you want the same avionics, make sure the planes have the same avionics. And yeah, it was super easy for me. So that's all I want to talk to you guys about in this video.
If you want to stick around and watch my second landing, you can do that. But I am done talking. Make sure you like and subscribe and all those cool things. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm gonna keep flying. Peace.
Target evening on 3878 on the visual runway 2.
Runway 38, 78, Chattanooga Tower, 10308, runway 2, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 2 on 3878.
Sky 66 Romeo, extend down, trust the follow, joining a 5 mile final and Embraer.
And downwind, I have to traffic.
Chattanooga Tower, 7784 Golf.
7748 Golf, Chattanooga Tower, runway 2, clear to land, wind 0408.
Runway 2 clear to land, 7784 Golf.
We're going far.
Mike 21530 Lou, wind 03011, visibility 10. Sky conditions, deep clouds, 4,300.
Close behind,
Temperature
sky up about 4 miles from trail, and then another jet come in.
456 Romeo, taking left.
If you could just keep it in close behind that Embraer, there's another Skyhawk and another jet closely behind following.
All right, I'll make it tight. 446 Romeo. Thank you.
Chattanooga Tower information, Mike 21530 Lou, wind 03011, visibility 10. Sky conditions, deep clouds at 4,300. Temperature forward, dew point -6, altimeter 3032. Visual approach, runway 2 in use. NOTAMs, runway 2 approach light system unusable. Advise initial contact information, Mike. Chattanooga Tower information, Mike 21530 Lou, wind 03011, visibility 10. Sky conditions, deep clouds at 4,300. Temperature forward, dew point -6, altimeter 3032. Visual approach, runway 2 in use. NOTAMs, runway 2 approach light system unusable. Advise initial contact information, Mike. Chattanooga Tower information.
Coming in fast, so she wants me to stay tight behind this Embraer. Also, we're quick turbulence, it should be fine. Power, 5 knots.
Envoy 3878, right on Delta Tech Park, Sierra Bravo, on ground point 7 today.
Alright, Delta Park, Bravo, ground point 7. You guys have a Merry Christmas on Envoy 3878, sorry.
Same to you guys.
Traffic on